Hi friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the topic called nomenclature and failures of riveted joints. Let's start the video. So these are the important terms which are used in rivets. First one is pitch. In this distance, it is the distance from the center of the one rivet to the center of the next rivet measured parallel to the shim. It is usually denoted by small p. So next one is back pitch. It is the perpendicular distance between the center lines of the successive rows. It is usually denoted by small pb. So diagonal pitch, next one. It is the distance between the center of the rivets in adjoint rows of zigzag riveted joint. It is usually denoted by small pd. So next one is margin or marginal pitch. It is the distance between the center of the rivet hole to the nearest edge of the plate. It is denoted usually by small m. So these are the failures of riveted joints. First one is tearing of the plate at an edge. The second one is tearing of the plate across a row of rivets. Third one is shearing of the rivets. Fourth one is crushing of the plate or rivets. So next slide we can see detailing about the failures of riveted joint. The first one is tearing of the plate at an edge. So a joint may fail due to the tearing of the plate at an edge. This can be avoided by keeping the margin m is equal to 1.5 diam, where d is the diameter of the rivet hole. So next one, the second one is tearing of the plate across a row of the rivets. So due to the tensile stress in a main plate, the main plate's covers may tear off across a row of rivets. So in such cases, we can consider only a pitch length of the plate, since every rivet is responsible for that much length of the plate only. Let's see. So let P is equal to pitch of the rivets, small d is equal to dia of the rivet hole, T is equal to thickness of the plate, and it is a permissible tensile. So we can tearing area pitch length. We know that tearing area pitch length AT is equal to bracket P minus D bracket closed into T. So tearing resistance or pull required to the tear of the plate per pitch length Pt is equal to AT by permissible tensile stress equal to P minus D into T into permissible tensile stress. So when the tearing resistance Pt is greater than the applied load per pitch length, this type of failure will not occur. So next one is shearing of the rivet. The plates which are connected by the rivets exert tensile stress on the rivets, and its rivets are unable to resist the stress. They are sheared off. So this produces the shearing. It may be noted the rivets are in single shear in the lap joint and the single cover butt joint, but the rivets are in double shear is a double cover butt joint. Let's see. So let's consider, we take D is the dia of the rivet hole, toe is the shear permissible shear stress of the riveted material, and n is the number of rivet per pitch length. So we know the shearing area is equal to 4 by into d2. So 4 by into d2, theoretically 1.875 into 4 by into d2 in a double shear according to the Indian boiler regulation. Okay, so shearing resistance or pull requires to shear of the rivet per pitch length. So ps equal to n into 4 by into d2 into toe in a single shear, and n into 2 into 4 by into d2 into tau in a theoretical and a double shear, n into 1.875 into 4 by into d2 into tau according to the Indian boiler regulations. So when the shearing resistance PS is greater than the applied load per pitch length, this type of failure will occur. So the next one is the crushing of the plate or rivets. Sometimes the rivets do not actually shear off under the tensile stress but are crushed. Due to this, the rivet holes become an oval shape and hence the joints become loose. The failure of the rivet is such a manner is known as bearing failure. Okay, so we can take D is the diameter of the rivet hole, T is the thickness of the plate. So sigma the shear permissible crushing stress for the rivet or plate materials. So it is the number of rivets per pitch length under a crushing. So we know crushing area per rivet S is equal to small d into T. So total crushing area N is N into T into D. The crushing resistance or pull required to crush a rivet per pitch length. So PC is equal to N into small d into T into permissible crushing stress. When the crushing resistance PC is greater than the applied load per pitch length, then this type of failure will occur. So these are the efficiency of riveted joints. The efficiency of riveted joints is defined as the ratio of the strength of the riveted joints to the strength of the unriveted or solid plate. We have already discussed the strength of the riveted joints, list of PT, PS and PC. The strength of the unriveted solid plate per pitch length P is equal to small p into T into sigma. Efficiency of the riveted joint, least of PT, PS and PC divided by P into T into sigma, where P is the pitch of the rivet, T is the thickness of the plate and TD is the sigma is the permissible tensile stress of the plate material. So thank you so much friends.